A world without no blacks. This a story of a little boy named Theo who woke up one morning and asked his mother, "Mom, what if there were no black people in the world?" Well, his mother thought about that for a moment and then said, "Son, follow me around today and let's just see what it would be like if there were no black people in the world." Mom said, "Go get dressed and we will get started." Theo ran to his room to put on his clothes and shoes. His mother took one look at him and said, "Theo, where are your shoes? And those clothes are all wrinkled, son. I must iron them." But when she reached for the ironing board, it was no longer there. You see, Sarah Boone, a black woman, invented the ironing board, and Jane E. Matzelinger, a black man, invented the shoe lasting machine. "Oh, well," she said, "please go do something to your hair." Theo ran in his room to comb his hair, but the comb was not there. You see, Walter Salmons, a black man, invented the comb. Theo then decided just to brush his hair, but the brush was gone. You see, Lydia O. Newman, a black female, invented the brush. Well, this was a sight. No shoes, wrinkled clothes, hair a mess, even Mom's hair, without the hair care inventions of Madam C. J. Walker. Well, you get the picture. Mom told Theo, "Let us do the chores around the house and take a trip to the grocery store." Theo's job was to sweep the floor. He swept and swept and swept. When he reached for the dustpan, it was not there. You see, Lloyd P. Ray, a black man, invented the dustpan. So he swept his pile of dirt over in the corner and left it there. He then decided to mop the floor, but the mop was gone. You see, Thomas W. Stewart, a black man, invented the mop. Theo yelled to his mom, "Mom, I am not having any luck." "Well, son," she said, "let me finish washing these clothes, and we will prepare a list for the grocery store." When she was finished with the wash, she went to place the clothes in the dryer, but it was not there. You see, George T. Salmon, a black man, invented the clothes dryer. Mom asked Theo to get a pencil sharpener and some paper to prepare their list for the market. So Theo ran for paper and pencil, but noticed that the pencil lead was broken. Well, he was out of luck because John Love, a black man, invented the pencil sharpener. Mom reached for the pen, but it was not there because William Purvis, a black man, invented the fountain pen. As a matter of fact, Lee Burridges, a black man, invented the typewriting machine, and W. A. Levet, the advanced printing press. Both Theo and his mom decided to head for the market. As they opened the door, they observed that the grass on the lawn was high as he was tall. You see, the lawnmower was invented by a black man named John Burr. They made their way over to the car and found that it just wouldn't go. You see, Richard Spikes, a black man, invented the automobile gear shift, and Joseph Garmel invented the supercharged system for internal combustion engines. They noticed that a few cars that were running were moving into each other and having wrecks because there was no traffic signals. You see, Garrett A. Morgan, a black man, invented the traffic light. Well, it was getting late, so they walked to the market, got their groceries, and they returned home. Just when they were about to put away the milk, the eggs, and the butter, they noticed that the refrigerator was gone. You see, John Standard, a black man, invented the refrigerator. So they just left the food on the counter. By this time, Theo noticed that he was getting mighty cold. Mom went to turn up the heat. What do you know? Alice Parker, a black female, invented the heating furnace. Even in the summertime, they would have been out of luck because Frederick Johns, a black man, invented the air conditioner. It was almost time for Theo's father to arrive home. He usually takes the bus, but there was no bus because the precursor was the electric trolley invented by another black man, Albert R. Robinson. He usually takes the elevator to the 20th floor, but there was no elevator because Alexander Miles, a black man, invented the elevator. He also usually dropped off the office mail at a nearby mailbox. But it was no longer there because Philip Downing's black man invented the letter drop mailbox, and William Barry invented the postmarking and canceling machine. Theo and his mother sat at the kitchen table with their head in their hands. When the father arrived, he asked, "Why are you sitting in the dark?" "Why?" "Because Lewis Howard Latimer, a black man, invented the filament within the light bulb." Theo quickly learned that it would be what it would be like if there were no black people in the world, not to mention if he was ever sick and needed blood. Charles Drew, a black scientist, found a way to preserve and store blood, which led to his starting the world's first blood bank. And what if a family member had to have heart surgery? This would not have been possible without Daniel Hale Williams, a black doctor who performed the first open heart surgery. So if you wonder, like Theo, where would we be without blacks? It would equal to complete darkness. Well, it is pretty plain to see. Share this information with someone else who might be asking the question, what would it be like in a world without no blacks?